Hey everybody, this is Andrew. Just want to give you a quick update on phase 2 of our reentry plan at Eastside, which will begin this Sunday, May 31st. So we will continue the Sunday school split, young adult class, journey, open door, and our student classes will all meet in the fellowship hall. You will need to note this group of people will be known as group 1. Any children will need to remain with their parents at all times, and the office bathrooms will be available to you during Sunday school if you're gathering in the fellowship hall. If you're a guest, you're welcome to go to the fellowship hall. Victory class, community, homemakers, willing workers, men's class, and our women's class, this group will be known as Group 2. They will gather in the sanctuary at 10 a.m. for Sunday school. You will use the east entrance bathrooms going into the sanctuary will be available to you. And of course, children and grandchildren will need to remain with you during this time. Those who don't belong to a Sunday school class can go to either the fellowship hall or the sanctuary during this time. Sunday school will remain online, so if you have children at home and they're hard to wrangle during Sunday school, you're welcome to join us online and then join us in person for worship at 11. This is the primary change going from phase 1 to phase 2 for us. Everybody will move into the sanctuary for worship in a specific way. Group 1 will move from the fellowship hall into the balcony and have access to the foyer bathrooms during worship. And again, children will need to remain with their parents at all times. Group 2 will remain on the lower level of the sanctuary and continue to have access to the east entrance bathrooms, and children will need to remain with parents or grandparents during worship as well. Those who don't belong to a Sunday school class can enter into through the east entrance of the sanctuary and worship on the lower level of the sanctuary, or through the south entrance of the welcome center and go through the fellowship hall to the balcony of our sanctuary and worship there. And our student ministry will continue to meet at 5:45 at the east entrance of the sanctuary on Wednesdays for socially distanced worship. Now, this brings us to our precautions. We have added a couple of things into our precautions going into phase 2 with us gathering all together in the sanctuary. Please do a self-check for you and your family before you come to church on Sunday. If you or someone in your family is not feeling well, please just remain home. Gather with us by radio or online. If you have been exposed to someone who has not been feeling well, please just join us online. Number 2, we haven't mentioned face coverings thus far, but we are recommending cloth face covering for everyone at this point to cover your nose and your mouth. This is primarily to protect others and help others who may be more vulnerable be comfortable coming to campus. So we are recommending a cloth face covering at this time, or a mask, whatever you have available to you. Number 3, families must remain together. Children must remain with parents 100% of the time. This is not optional. And families remaining together will also help us with space, as they don't have to socially distance from one another. We are asking that you use the designated bathrooms only to the area that you're in. So for the lower level of the sanctuary, that's the east entrance bathrooms. For the balcony, that's the sanctuary foyer bathrooms. And for the fellowship hall, that's the office bathrooms. All other bathrooms will remain closed. Every single person will have a temperature check going into the building. The threshold for that is 100.3 or lower. And of course, number 6, we're asking that everyone remain socially distanced, 6 feet between you and the other people in your pew, and at least a pew between those who are in front of you and those who are behind you. We should have plenty of space for that to happen this Sunday. And of course, families do not have to socially distance. And finally, we're asking that you exit out of the same doors that you entered into campus on. So if you came in through the east entrance to the sanctuary, we're asking that you exit the same way. If you come in through the south entrance of the Welcome Center, we're asking that you and your family exit the same way. So let me show you a map just so you'll be familiar with where to come Sunday morning. If you are in group one, you will park on the south side of campus and enter and exit through the South Welcome Center doors. If you are in group two, you will park in the main east parking lot and enter into the east entrance of our sanctuary. I want to say three things. First, we haven't mentioned face coverings or masks thus far, and we are now simply because of this. There's a lot of different opinions about masks, and we just want to make as many people comfortable coming to church as possible and as safely as possible. And if masks can help us do that at all, we want to recommend them, and so that's why we're recommending them. Number two, if you are continuing to need to shelter in place during this season and don't yet need to come to campus, we understand that. We support you in that. We love you, we miss you, and we can't wait till the day that you can come worship with us in person. But just know that that's okay. We're not putting any pressure on you. You continue to do what you need to do at this time. And finally, we know this is hard on families for to gather and keep your kids occupied and engaged. And so please just know that noisy children are not a problem. Restless children are not a problem. Noisy babies are not a problem during Sunday school or worship. So come, let them be noisy, let them be restless children. We will worship and we will let them see us worship together, and we will gladly do that Sunday. Don't let the presence of your children stop you from coming to church on Sunday just because we don't have children's ministry right now. We love you guys. We can't wait to see you and hear from you. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or Pastor Abby or email us at the office, and we will get back with you as soon as possible. Bye-bye.